Hi, everyone. Welcome to week 11. This week, we are moving on to the first module in the advanced level of Microsoft Word. And you're going to learn some cool features in this module. So this module is about, collaborating, integration, and charts. And so what is that? Collaboration would be if you have one document. So think of a Google document where multiple people can access it and put feedback in that. That's what collaboration is. And Word has the same thing. So if you have a shared drive at a company where everybody keeps their information together, multiple people can come in, edit that document, put comments in it, make changes, do something that we call track changes, and different things like that. Law offices do a lot of this, where you have multiple people looking at different kind of legal documents, and they might have to put a little comment in there about let's update this paragraph or things like that. And so that's what this module is talking about. You're going to learn how to integrate some things in there, and you're going to learn about charts. So you have the ability in Word, we've talked about how you can have a table in a Word document, and you can take that table and you can create a pie chart or a graph or any kind of chart based on that data, and you can embed it's kind of a little mini worksheet into your Word document in that specific chart. So you don't have to go out to Excel and create a chart out there. You don't have to go out to Google Sheets and create a chart there. You can do it all within your Word document. And so that's what this module is talking about this week. So you have the same lessons. If you didn't test out of keyboarding, you should be up to ST and 38. And the great news is I'm a little bit behind on grading. So if you are if you are behind, I would work to get caught up before I get in there and enter the grades. Okay, so you've got a little bit of a window to get caught up. And then this week's project for Module 8 is all about creating a memo. And so you're going to create a memo in this project and do all these different features. And so what is a memo? If you've taken Dwayne's 1117 class, you should have talked about this already, but this is what a memo looks like, or we refer to it as a memorandum. And so memos are specific. So we start 2 inches from the top. Now this can be flexible, but the key parts of a memo would be memo to, from, date, and subject. And then you're going to tab over at least one tab, and then you're going to have who the memo's to. So you're going to have store managers. Then tab over once. Who's it from? This person. What's the date? This is the date. And you're going to have one line space in between each of these lines. And this is the heading section. So this is what I want to see, especially in your eBasket, is that it looks like this. You can, and when you get to your eBasket, you can do other things like do a template and different things like that. But I'm looking for the standard memo of this heading is going to be formatted exactly like this. Then you're going to come down to the body, and your paragraphs should not have any spacing in the lines other than a line in between paragraphs. And then your bulleted list, you would have a line in between each paragraph, but not in the bulleted list. Okay, so this is a guide on what I want your memo to look like. And this is what I'm going to be grading you on. Part of what I'm grading you on is this formatting of how we create the heading of a memo, because everywhere it's standard. Memo to, from, date, subject. Now sometimes you might have an extra line down here, but most of the time it's going to look like this. And this is the line spacing that we're looking for. So that's just to know what's happening in memos. You have an eBasket. So your eBasket is to create a sales summary memo for Sunlight Office Supplies. You are going to start typing the memo, put the day's date in. You're going to type in manually this information from the table. You're going to put some text in. You are going to format it to look nice. Use the color scheme that you think looks best and keep it consistent throughout the document. You're going to insert and format a chart in this document. You're going to make it look fancy, look pretty, make sure there's no spelling errors, make sure it looks like it's a deliverable document that you could hand out to your employees today. So make sure everything looks good. And so what I've done is I've provided an example for you, and this is what the example looks like. And so I used a template and then I tweaked the template. So that's up to you what you want to do. But the theme is, this is the memo header. This is the to, from, date, and subject. It doesn't look like it, but there is one line space in between. There's usually one line space here. Everything looks a little different in the preview. Oh, and that's something else I want to tell you. So if you create a document, you upload it into Canvas, and then you look at it, the preview, and it doesn't look right, that's not your document problem. That is a Canvas issue. So Canvas, the preview feature, tweaks documents a little bit and makes them look like they're wrong, and they're not. So don't panic about that. So here's the first paragraph. Here's the table of data, and here is the chart. And then I've applied some consistent color scheme throughout the whole thing. And then that's all you've got to do. So that's all your eBasket is. And then you're going to turn that in. And then just a note about Cengage. If you have any issues, questions about anything in the exams, if you miss something on an assignment and you don't understand why, reach out to me. Let me know and I can take a look at it. I can access everything that you see. I can look at your feedback files and I can help you out. If you have any kind of weird glitches happen, sometimes we had a student the other day that uploaded an assignment to Cengage, submitted it. It said it was a 0. I could see everything was there. Waited a couple minutes, submitted it again, and then it graded it and everything looked good. So all programs have some kind of glitchiness to them. So don't panic if things don't look good. And if you don't understand why you missed something and you really want to know, just reach out to me and send me an email and I'll get back to you and let you know what it is. And if it's something we can't figure out, then I end up escalating it to Cengage, because every publisher I've worked with, there are mistakes that happen. They're not very often, but sometimes they do, because the people that create them are people just like this and they're not perfect. So that's all I've got for you this week. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I hope you have a great week and I'll talk to you again soon. Take care.